Episode 13.
That was actually it.
I like it.
That'll
I
work.
liked it.
We like being spontaneous.
That's what you're getting.
It's
That was nice.
really...
Okay, whatever.
We might even get provocative.
Is it actually episode 13?
Yeah.
Is it?
All right, episode 13 starts now.
Lucky number.
I don't think we said episode 12 last week.
We did. I said it.
Oh,
Oh,
Marcus
I
said it.
said it.
Yes.
Did you?
There's a lot of people claiming they said it.
I think Marcus did.
Did you?
I didn't listen to
I
that
don't
go.
know.
All right.
I didn't even bother.
Our fearless organizer's back.
We got Marcus. What's up? Narv,
Yo!
Kale,
What's up?
and Tito.
Hi.
So this week we're going to be discussing how... Well, let's start with Happy Good Friday, gentlemen.
Yes, happy Good Friday, sir.
And this week, considering it's Good Friday, we're going to be...
Jerry down.
Every
Poor
time.
Jerry.
Poor Jerry. He's done.
We're going to be
Might
discussing
kill him.
Easter, how it technically shouldn't be called Easter. It should be Resurrection Sunday. We're going to be talking about crucifixion. And then we're going to be discussing the resurrection on the third day.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. It's almost Sunday.
It's Friday, but Sunday's coming.
It's almost Sunday.
So where do you guys want to start? What's a good starting spot?
Sunday's very far away.
But I did not get the point.
I got it.
I don't know. What is a good starting spot for this?
You guys ever heard of the Shroud of Turin?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, basically, it's what people are claiming the grave's clothes that Jesus was wrapped in. And it's like the imprint of it was supposedly there from like a really bright light.
Bro, that's 1,000,000% fake.
Let me see.
No way.
I'm unsure.
I'm also unsure about this one.
Like, I want to believe it, but also I'm unsure.
When I was listening to the evidence of it, I'm like 75% sure that there is something very, very, very strange with that. And that I don't think they could just reproduce it from, like, I don't know. I just think that there is something very, very weird about it and somewhat supernatural.
So obviously they pulled it from a tomb
They
or
pulled it-
something.
And then, yeah. I mean, if it is real, you would have to think, like, when his
Israel.
soul...
I get it.
When his soul went back into his body, there would probably be an extremely... There would probably be a lot of light.
Energy.
Yeah. Well, energy produces light.
It's an interesting thing.
It's interesting. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really want to believe that it's true, but I can't bring myself to completely believe it. Because that's pretty cool if it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to what we were saying
What were we
before
saying?
the podcast. It should 100% be called Resurrection Sunday and not Easter.
Yeah, it's like every other Christian holiday that gets way over marketed.
It becomes all about the Easter Bunny and all that. People forget about the actual symbolism behind what Easter is. So therefore, if you were to call it Resurrection Sunday, you can't get away from the fact that it's the day to celebrate Jesus coming back to life.
That's why they renamed it, to get away from it.
Exactly. So that's why it should. That's why, as Christians, you should be calling it Resurrection Sunday.
What about, doesn't the Bible call it Easter?
The Bible calls the celebration that was going on in Rome at that point Easter.
Which was Ishtar.
It was the same time as the time that Jesus was resurrected, but Easter wasn't actually the day Easter. So it was like a pagan celebration, pretty much.
And then I guess it was probably during the Dark Ages that the Roman Catholic Church basically took it over.
Well, yeah,
And
so
relabeled it. and-
all the holidays that we know today, the times that they're around, were repurposed by the Roman Catholics to make them Christian.
like Christmas.
Right. So Jesus actually wasn't born on Christmas. The Roman Catholics just rearranged things around to take that holiday and make it Christian.
Sounds like the Catholics.
Right, because that was something to do with the winter solstice at that point, where they were worshiping some deity of theirs.
Right, and it made it easier. They thought it would make it easier for people to be converted to Catholicism because the celebrations were at the same time.
Have they ever locked down when he was actually born then?
I think it was September time-ish.
I was thinking like summer, like July.
I thought I remembered hearing something about March.
Oh boy, we're all over the place.
You were nodding your head, so I thought you knew.
No, I have no idea.
I looked up and Jake was just like, and I was like,
No, I was gonna ask the same question. He just beat me to it.
I'm gonna Google and see what it says.
give it a goog.
I think the bunny gets associated with Easter because of springtime.
It does, and that's where all the bright colors come from and
But
whatnot.
Since
I don't
when-
have a problem with any of that. It's just the focus.
Since when do we give presents and gifts on every major holiday?
Since modernization and women.
Did you say and women?
Yes.
Real talk.
Commercialization.
And women.
And the original idea was that the wise men gave presents, so.
And
Well, that's for Christmas, but Christmas is pretty obvious.
Well, yeah, Christmas makes sense, but it's like, I'll use Mom as an example. She's like, well, what should I get Scarlett for Easter? And I'm like,
chocolate.
why are we giving stuff for Easter?
Chocolate milk. She's too young.
Yeah, I don't. The most I ever got for Easter was like a basket of candy. That was it.
Some peanut butter.
Maybe a new church shirt for Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are 4 supposed dates. One says the spring, based on Luke 2:8, where the shepherds would have been tending their flocks outdoors.
Oh yeah, that's right. They based it off of the Passover, right?
I mean, yeah, because they all had to make the
Because
travel.
they had to travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one would be September 11th, 3 BC, based on biblical and astronomical clues. Various other dates have been proposed, including June, based on a supposed astronomical alignment, and October, based on Jewish calendar observations.
That September 11th one I've heard before. I heard theories on that, but I don't remember any of them because of, obviously, the connotation of September 11th in the United States.
Yeah.
No, what happened?
Something not good happened.
The Americans blew up the Twin Towers.
George Bush.
Fact.
He was on the plane.
We'll get into that on another day.
It's another day, another time, another episode.
Another day, another dollar.
Very real.
What are you looking at?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm looking at your paper over there. Trying to read your
Oh, yeah.
notes.
Hey, those are his notes.
Yeah, well, they're my notes now.
We can share. So how deep?
In the shredder.
So we know about crucifixion, yada yada, the history of it. How deep of a dive do you guys go into that, or did go into that?
I have in the past.
You have?
Yes, sir.
I forgot this week.
I mean, most of the podcasts I listen to were talking about it.
Marcus does audio research.
I do.
I do audio research too.
It's just more convenient.
You get a lot of time to do audio research at work. I mean, I just think it's everybody's always like, They put the nails through his hands and his feet. They put the hands through his wrists and his ankles. Did I mess that up? I feel like I didn't say something right
Put his
there.
hands through the wrist
Yeah,
and the ankles.
That's what I thought I said.
Let's try that. On you.
They put the nails through his wrists and his ankles, not feet and hands.
Well, if you think about it logistically, if you put it through his hands, he's just gonna rip, the skin will just rip
the
right
skin
out.
will just rip.
You have to put it
yes.
in like an anchored spot,
Yep.
which
would be
right in that
Yep.
between where your bones are.
Yeah.
And it honestly goes to show how advanced, I guess, the Romans were to be able to know that.
Well, they did it enough.
Yeah, they were
They were-
big into crucifying.
They were pretty.
And you know what?
They pretty well know what they were doing at that point.
I also realized that crucifixion was not meant to kill a person. It was meant as a form of humiliation.
humiliation and torture, and eventually you died.
Of suffocation.
Well, that, yes, after they would come by and break the,
Legs.
yeah. And
It's just a gradual torture.
it's just,
Dude,
it's brutal. It's brutal.
Why do you think the guillotine was invented?
So,
As a form of capital
It
punishment.
was faster.
Yeah, it was quicker. Because after crucifixion was over, they were like, "Oh, we need something quick." Anyway, back to the subject.
I read something interesting today. Barabbas, it actually also means son of
Son
Crap.
of bear. Son
no,
of bar.
What was it? Hang on.
Son of Bayrab. Barabbas. Sound like Brombus, honestly.
Keep talking.
all right, while he's
So how's the weather?
while
for
he's
you
doing
guys?
some research, I'll ask you guys this question: why do you think that Christ did not bleed to death?
Because that's not what crucifixion was.
Yeah, but with the amount of torture he endured, why did he not bleed to death?
Because he had to make it to the cross.
I got it. I found it. Barabbas is a generic term meaning son of a father. So when Pilate asked the mob if they'd rather release, he would have said he'd ask if they'd rather release Jesus Barabbas or Jesus the Messiah. So like they kind of meant like the same thing almost, but completely different. I don't know. I thought that was cool,
That's interesting.
or at least more interesting than anything. I don't think that he bled out because it wasn't what crucifixion was.
I don't think the Romans would have let him. Because they had such an efficient process nailed down.
Like none of the people that were crucified bled out. They all, it was torture.
Well, after his lashings, they said that you couldn't even tell he was a man.
And then, like, after the lashings, he had the crown of thorns put on his head and then beat into his skull.
And then he had to
That's-
carry the cross.
That's crazy. Could you imagine enduring that?
Or how do you carry a cross after that,
Well, who was the one that helped him?
Simon?
That's, yeah. I couldn't remember. I had Barabbas stuck in my head for some reason.
And it's funny, too, because he wasn't, as far as we know, and I believe Jesus was not, like, he was a carpenter, so he was not small. Like, he was strong. He was built.
And that good Mediterranean diet.
So,
Chicken.
chicken of the
Heroes.
sea.
He's been out here just eating fish.
Well, back then they all had great diets.
Tilapia.
No, they'd say that's the best diet for you. That's the only reason I said that.
Drinking salt water.
But
Can I quit the podcast early?
How do you think he carried it?
On his back.
Well, they said it was only the cross. They say it's only the crossbar, not the entire post.
Who said that?
People say that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That's
too.
the common.
I don't think physically he'd be able to carry the whole cross. I would think that it's a pretty big wooden.
It would make more sense if it was just a cross piece.
Do you think the Romans had pre-made cross pieces?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the
They
amount of
probably
ones
reused
should
them.
have. Yeah, probably.
Well, yeah, Jesus was crucified on Barabbas' cross.
I would assume that they're the size of railroad ties too.
That's
Yeah.
what I picture.
I think they would have to be.
Yeah, it's not some skinny little. It's got to be able to hold the weight of a man.
Yeah.
They probably had. So what? They said there was three. There was 3 crosses. I don't know. It doesn't say if there was ever more. But they probably just had the longer parts buried, dug into the ground, and then they just replaced the crossbar.
So you're saying they just used the same ones? over-
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Efficient.
Yeah, they probably had them it takes a lot to put a longer railroad tie like that into the ground and then get it sturdy.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to just keep doing that over and over again.
Right.
Yeah, I'd never really thought about that, like how efficient their process would have to be because of how many crucifixions they would do.
Well, it said that they used to line people up along the highways, just leave them there.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny, the Romans weren't even going to crucify him. They didn't even want to touch him. But then, because the Jews wanted him dead, that's the only reason they did it. Because in their system, he wasn't guilty of anything.
The only thing Jesus was actually guilty of was supposed blasphemy,
With no evidence.
and that's not a Roman offense, and it wasn't actually an offense at all.
Do you guys think Pilate was actually a bad guy, or does he just get a bad look because...
He was caught in the crossfires.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just wanted to keep the peace because if he didn't keep the peace, he'd probably lose his job.
And Pilate's never blamed with killing Jesus in the Bible.
Yeah, from a political standpoint of view, that makes sense. That he just had to do what he had to do.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it, too.
Yeah.
He just gets a bad look because he was the one that
Yeah.
offered him up to the Jews.
If he doesn't give him to the Jews, they're going to start a riot so bad that they're going to have to send an army in there to stop them, and then he's going to get bad
Right, and it
look
looks-
in front of
yeah, it looks
his
bad.
superiors.
Yeah.
He'd probably be the one crucified then.
Probably.
Crazy that the Jews wanted him dead so bad.
It wasn't the Jews necessarily. It was
the
the
religious leaders.
yes.
And then they just got a
Pharisees.
couple people riled up.
The religious system.
They were being provocative.
They probably lost so much money, too, with people converting and following him.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely a business transaction.
I mean, you got to
It was a
think.
business deal.
The craziest thing, one of the more crazier things to me is then him being on the cross and saying, like, forgive the soldiers because they don't know what they're doing. Or forgive them. I don't know. Was he talking about the crowd too? And my mind just always goes to the soldiers.
I
When they were
mean,
casting lots for his clothing.
It definitely would probably be the soldiers in my mind because the religious leaders, the Pharisees, knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Soldiers were
The
just
soldiers
doing their
were just
job.
carrying out their job.
Right.
Yeah.
Which kind of goes back to the same thing with Pilate. They just had to
Yeah.
do what they had to do.
To them, they probably only saw him as somebody they had heard about, like a religious leader of some sort, and it didn't mean anything to them.
I mean, the Romans really all they cared about, I feel like, is just keeping the peace with the Jews.
Right.
Well, yeah.
And whatever that took, they would do.
They had such a huge empire at the time. They just wanted peace.
And
And the best way to keep people from rioting is to public example.
All right, let's take a break and let's figure out what's grinding Narv's gears this week. Oh.
So what's grinding my gears this week, everybody? Oh. See, people that don't take responsibility are grinding my gears this week.
So, like, let's see.
Please expound.
80% of the population.
Just everybody, just people that don't take responsibility. Whether it's at work or just daily life, people that do stuff and then just expect it to go away and not taking responsibility for it, you know. Your actions have consequences.
Hence why abortion is so rampant in this country.
Yeah. But
Okay.
Didn't see that one coming.
That was out of
I
left field.
I like it though. That's a great example.
I mean, that's like
he brought. It was. It
that's
makes
the
sense.
best example.
Dude,
Yeah,
he
it
brought
was
the
good.
boom.
It was great. It was perfect. But I didn't see it coming.
Yeah,
That's all.
blindsided me.
Just
I was just like,
Bro said,
my main thing is just people at work right now. Just
did you do this? Oh no, I didn't. You didn't think to tell
Maybe.
anyone? No, I didn't.
well, I mean, I called someone out at work this week, and instead of taking responsibility for it, they just threatened to go to Herb and basically tattle for me calling them out.
You just say, do it.
And basically, I said, "Go ahead, go talk to him. I'll be right behind you."
Nice.
he walks through the door and there's Narv just like right behind him, just like Herb is just happy.
Do you have tenure on this person?
Was it Elijah?
No,
It would never be our sweet,
That's
sweet
like our
Elijah.
sweet, sweet
We
Elijah.
need to get Elijah in here too.
Sweet, sweet.
No,
Dude, he
I'm
could
not
just
gonna
sit over there and
Just
be
let
like,
him. He'll just sit there and just be like, "Hi, Chris. This is a great podcast, guys."
I'm not gonna name who it was.
I don't want to
but-
name. I just want to know if you've got seniority.
Just call him Bob. That'll help us.
Yeah, Bob. No, I don't have seniority on Bob.
We do.
So, yeah, just take responsibility for what you do, words you say, and yeah, your actions. It will actually improve your life a little bit.
It'll improve your life a lot of bit because
Yeah.
if you don't want the consequences for your actions that are negative, and you actually take steps to avoid doing these things, it will improve your life significantly.
Own up and don't act like a younger brother.
that feels directed at someone.
No comment. Not my younger brother either.
You're a younger brother.
You're my younger brother. Younger
You're also
brother.
a younger brother.
I am a younger brother. All right, let's wander back into the crucifixion talk. So
Crux of
usually,
the crucifix.
what?
The
Did they
crux
have
of the
Minute Maid back
The
then?
crux of the crucifix. So usually I read that they... Where are my words? That they crucified the people without anything on, naked. Which got me to thinking, could you imagine if a bird came over and landed on you and started just picking away at you?
I'm sure that happened.
Like at your eyes?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Swat at it?
Well, obviously you're not going to swat
Exactly.
at it.
Your hands are nailed to a cross.
Look, it said that Jesus' like flesh was ripped off. I wouldn't be surprised if there were flies all over him.
So what I read was, I forget exactly what they put on the cat of nine tails,
Glass shards,
Nails.
nails.
but they cut it in a certain way, and this is what I heard, that it ripped through the skin and actually pulled muscle back through.
Yeah.
It's like a barb.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, there you go, the birds had something to come and actually like grab the muscle instead of just picking at skin.
Oh yeah, there was raw, exposed meat, flesh, whatever you want to call it.
Which to predatory animals is prime time.
There
Well-
are crocodiles.
They said that, like, for the majority of the crucifixion victims, once they were dead, they picked them off the cross, and they just threw them on a pile, and the dogs came and ate them. There was no burial. Jesus getting buried was rare.
You mean
Well-
the fact that there was anything left of him?
Not that there was anything left of him, but the fact that,
Somebody cared enough to be associated with him to begin with.
yeah, who was
Gotcha.
the guy that came and got him?
Joseph of Arimathea.
Yeah. He actually, the tomb that they put him in was actually Joseph of I can't say that.
Yes,
Arimathea.
Joseph's tomb.
Joseph's tomb that he had just completed for himself. And he had to go to Pilate. He had to plead for the body. He got the body. And then he took, like, people that got crucified didn't get buried.
Do you think he put him in his tomb because he knew he was going to rise again?
No.
I don't think so.
They said that, well, there was two people. There was Joseph and there was another guy. Both of them were on the council that decided to crucify him, but they were against it. So
I think they say it was who was the guy? Who was the John 3 person?
Nicodemus.
Yeah, is that who it was?
Yes.
Okay, they say Nicodemus was the other person who was with Joseph when they took him off the...
Yeah, kind of would check out.
Excuse us while we do our research.
yeah. Nicodemus, yes.
Say that correctly.
Say that 5 times fast.
They
No, that might end up bad.
They quickly buried Jesus before the Sabbath. They both belonged to the Sanhedrin, the secret night council that condemned Jesus, even though they secretly believed in Jesus and had disagreed with the decision.
Wasn't
Joseph buried Jesus in a brand new tomb he had just built for himself.
wasn't the night council illegal too, according to the system?
According to the system, everything they did was illegal.
It had to
The
be.
whole
If they did that during the day, the whole, like, the actual Jews who cared for Jesus would have been,
Rioting.
yes, and then they wouldn't have been able to do anything.
yeah, the whole thing was just illegal.
By the time Joseph asked for Jesus' body, Pilate was probably like, "Just take it."
I don't wanna
done
hear
dealing
about
with
this
all of
anymore.
you.
Just get it out of my sight.
Jewish law stated that the trials could not be at night during festivals, and capital offense could not be reached in a day.
So everything got
Yeah.
ripped through.
The accused were permitted counsel for defense, yet Jesus was arrested at night during the Passover festival.
They needed him
Accused
dead
by
fast.
biased judges and tried in secret so no one could testify on his behalf.
Well, every Roman judge he was tried, every judge was like, "This guy is innocent."
Yeah, the trial took place at Caiaphas. I think that's how you said it. Caiaphas' house.
It's either Caiaphas or Caiaphas. I think it's Caiaphas.
Not a courtroom away from the eyes and ears of the people. And the small group of religious leaders conspired against Jesus and made a mockery of justice.
And I believe it says in the Bible that there were no witnesses that agreed with each other. And the only thing they had to condemn him on was saying that he was Jesus, that he was God's son.
And he actually was.
They
That's
found
funny.
over there. They found Caiaphas' house, and they also found like a dungeon below it. So they assume that's where he spent his last night.
They also found Judas Iscariot's house too.
Did he hang himself?
He did.
Yes, he did.
Did he hang himself after Jesus died, or the night that he...
I believe it was the night.
It was the night.
Night of.
Like he returned to the silver,
went back.
So
and
he
killed
and
went
went
himself.
back and hung
went
himself
and hanged himself?
because he felt so.
He said he got his house in order and hanged himself. Which is interesting details.
Interesting.
Do you think he repented? As in, like, got saved and then offed himself?
It says he went to his own place, whatever that means.
Which means no.
I can't judge that, but the Bible does say that Satan entered into him before, so like he definitely wasn't saved before when he betrayed Jesus.
So if he was possessed by Satan, and after Satan left him, that's when he realized what he did?
Well,
Or
yeah.
was it...
Well, then, yeah, if he did leave him, then maybe possibly he could have been saved. I don't know. Maybe meaning by he
I
went
don't
to
think
his
it
own
was
place, that's what... I don't know.
Well, Jesus says it would be better if that man was never born.
Oh, yeah, then he's definitely...
Yeah,
That's
like
a
I
shame.
said, I can't judge one way or the other. But it does sound
Did
like
he conspire with the devil, or did he just... Like, I want to know how that...
if it literally says the devil entered him, what is the wordage?
Let's look it up.
Because then if that's the case, then I would say yes. Then he was doing stuff.
You have to literally allow Satan to enter into you. You can't just. I don't think there's any way that he just gets in you
No.
without your knowledge.
Correct.
Unquote.
Mark, any thoughts?
I'm working on a behind the scenes thing, so I wasn't listening.
Sorry, the Wi-Fi at this place is pretty slow right now.
So if any of our listeners are, or even you guys are interested in getting a more in-depth view on the crucifixion, there's this YouTube video I found. It's called Jesus' Suffering and Crucifixion, a Medical Point of View, and it's by Unchained by Grace Ministry. And they pretty much go from the Garden of Gethsemane all the way until he dies and kind of examine the medical side of how it would affect, of how it affected him as a human. And it's an interesting watch. I would encourage you guys and listeners to check it out. It opened my eyes to how brutal crucifixion actually is, and how like a mortal man like us would not be able to last all that pain and suffering and punishment.
Yeah, it says here, eventually your legs would give out, your shoulders, elbows, and wrists would be pulled out of socket. And then all the weights extended on your chest, forcing him into an almost perpetual state of inhalation. Asphyxiation, organ failure, and heart attack soon follow.
Who was the sick person that invented this?
They actually said on that video to breathe out, they had to push themselves
They had to
up.
push, yeah.
And your back being as destroyed as it was from being scourged, you're ripping your back on that wood. I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine.
It's not like it's a nice polished piece of wood. If it's a railroad tie like we're thinking, that's
rough.
That's
Splinters.
rough. Yeah. It's like you push
Straight
yourself up to let your air out, and you go back down. Every time
Could have been a tree that still had bark on it too, for all we know.
I can't imagine the Romans would have taken a lot of time making it nice.
sanding it down.
They're just there like.
Honestly, that's a good theory that it could still be a tree.
It could still be
Because
a
if
tree.
they only had the crossbar, they just had to rope it on or nail it or something.
Well, I mean, they made like lots of roadways and stuff, so maybe they kept if they had to cut down trees and stuff, maybe they just kept the wood from that. And
Yeah.
Just some guy walking along. They're like, oh, that's a good crucifixion pole right there.
it would be their job, though. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Save that. Send it over to the soldiers.
That would be like you going and being like, "That's a nice lawn that's mowed over there," or we could mow that lawn over there.
How's it coming, Tito?
Working on it.
There was also something else that video said that if you look in the Bible and examine like the time that passed, when Jesus was crucified, he was on 36 hours of no sleep. No sleep or rest. And that's a you guys know, even being awake for how long are we usually awake for? 20 hours. That's a toll on your body, your mental.
Yeah, I think the longest I've ever been awake is like 22 hours.
I don't know how long I've been awake for one.
They said he hung on that cross from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
I think I heard too that or even in messages before that the pain did hurt, but it was also when God the Father turned his back on him and not having that fellowship, because him coming as a spiritual being into a human form and then having that spiritual section cut off from him, I just can't imagine the disconnect. For all eternity, he had felt that whatever spiritual connection he had with God the Father, because he was God, but he was also part of the Trinity, and then to have that completely ripped away, how do you even, that's something we can't even understand.
One thing that I think of occasionally is, you know how we believe that God is in the past and the future and in the present, like he's constantly in all the states? Now that would mean that he's still in some way experiencing his death on the cross.
That is a wild thought.
I don't know. I think he'll probably always experience that until the rapture happens.
Well, you know, like we believe that God is in the past, the future, and the present. So like he is still in that time when he was separated from.
And he died for everyone, and there are still people being born.
Right, and so he's not constantly re-dying, but he feels the weight of it. He still feels that. Yeah,
Wow.
he's still like there.
Yeah, that's what I mean by saying as soon as, like, when the rapture happens and it's all complete.
I don't know if he'll ever, I don't know if that'll ever stop, because
Well, maybe once people stop sinning.
Well, you know what's crazy too is he was perfect, and then when he came to Earth and he took on human form, and then he adopted our form. I believe that he permanently took that on forever. So while he is still God, he also holds humanity in him as well, because he still has the scars on him too.
yeah, he's still part human because his whole body ascended.
Right, and we're supposed to be like him when we also go to meet him. When our bodies are reunited with our spirits.
Don't you think, though, that being in heaven, he would have a perfect body now?
He is perfect.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
what I'm saying is that his resurrected body ascended into heaven, not a renewed perfect body. His actual body that got destroyed.
And those scars and all that he has on him still are what appeased the, I guess, as so bad as it sounds, but what appeased the Father.
The wrath.
Yeah, it took care of it. It showed God the Father that we are worthy to follow in his steps and to be resurrected as he is.
Do you think the wounds actually healed? Because Thomas asked to put his fingers in his side and his hands.
No, I would assume the wounds did not heal.
It doesn't say that they did.
So do you
Come to
think
think of
Jesus lives in physical pain forever?
I don't, because in heaven it says there is no pain, there is no suffering.
I think he feels humanity forever. I think that's what it symbolizes.
Yeah, well, again, Narv, he has his physical body. He ascended into heaven. He doesn't have a spiritual body.
I don't think he could have never felt. He could have never been that mediator and felt what we feel, and without.
It's just a thought, is what I'm saying.
I'm agreeing with you.
I'm not talking to you, Mark. I'm talking to Narv. I'm kind of agreeing with you too.
I see where you guys are coming from, but at the same time,
But I mean, the Bible says that he took on humanity. He was born a human, and yet God. It's a very deep philosophical, theological
So
question.
you're saying when he went back to heaven that he went back with his human body,
Yeah, the Bible.
and he still feels the pain. Or you're saying his wounds never healed
I don't know.
on that body.
I don't know what's what, but all I'm saying is that when he met the disciples in the upper room, Thomas had to touch where he was stabbed in the side and in the holes of his hands. So he was still scarred, bruised, cut open from
right?
the crucifixion.
So I'm going to say he still bears that.
He re-entered his body and rose.
And then that body ascended into heaven.
I'm going to say he still has that. Because as Christians, won't we want to feel the same thing that Thomas did? To know that it was for us?
Yes, and the Bible also says that he is a prototype. He is the first fruits. He is what we will be.
So if he still has our scars,
And
his
I think
scars.
I also believe that because he felt all of humanity's sin at one time, I don't think that even if he does feel that pain anymore, I don't think it even phases him.
Do you think Jesus will get a new body when we get our new bodies?
No, I think he is.
Because he's the first fruits?
Yes, I think he is.
No, I was just saying, do you think that because he's going through everything we go through, that he's going to get the same things we get?
That's the line that I was going down. Why if when we get to heaven we're promised a new body, a perfect body, would Jesus live out eternity with a broken body?
Maybe, I don't know, I still go back to he has the scars and the holes so Christians can feel them.
I think through eternity, it's going to remind us what he did for us. Because the only reason we are there is because of him.
We need a pastor or somebody who studies the Bible.
Pastor Tom.
We need a pastor who's willing to think outside the box.
Let's get a panel of pastors together.
All right, let's take a break. Let's do Y'all Don't Even Know with Narv.
Narv again?
It's an all Narv podcast, baby.
You got top 3, baby.
What a guy.
All right. This week, Y'all Don't Even Know is brought to you by me. Narf.
Alright.
And I bet y'all didn't know that people say bless you when you sneeze, because when you sneeze, your heart stops for a millisecond.
I did know that.
I knew that.
See, I knew that too, but I'm not going to take it away from you because maybe some of our listeners don't know that.
Oh, it's a good one.
It is a good one.
It is a good one.
He just likes stumping us, and he didn't this time.
It's also short for God bless you. Poor guy.
Who do you think came up with that? The Roman Catholics.
Dude. How is that common knowledge? I found that out today.
Because
What
Mom
you
told
been
us that
doing?
all the time.
What have I been doing?
That was also.
I didn't know
what was
your
it,
How am I
science
doing?
books?
I
Doing
didn't
well.
know your heart stopped when you sneezed.
Yeah.
Dude, I hated
Um,
science.
You could tell.
Isn't that why you shouldn't hold a sneeze in?
Yeah, it also says if you hold a sneeze in, you could literally like rupture.
Yep.
You could rupture your arteries.
That's because when you do hold a sneeze in, you
There's
feel
so
really
much
weird.
force. Yeah.
You're like a little off.
I mean, if your
It said
eyes,
if you hold a sneeze in, you could pop your eyes out or cause a stroke.
if your eyes stayed open while you sneezed, your eyes would be.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Somebody jump in.
So, loyal listeners, sneeze when you feel a sneeze.
Don't hold it in, Katie.
Your heart.
Also, if you let it out, don't do it so it scares everyone
Oh, I'm
nearer
good at
to
that.
you.
I'm good at that.
Dad sneeze.
Let's see. Turn away from the table. Cover your nose and mouth.
Now we're going through sneeze etiquette.
Is this COVID?
No, that's just
Sneeze
being
etiquette.
a responsible person.
Ooh.
Taking responsibility.
Taking responsibility for your sneezes. How about that, fellas?
Hence why abortion is so rampant in this
Yeah.
country.
The people that don't sneeze, they're the most likely to have abortions.
Swinging him as he got him.
That is a fact-based statement.
Don't question us.
Do
If you
not
can find
do
one
research.
statistic that actually says that, I will give you $5.
$5.
Oh boy!
I don't think my time is worth $5. I could be doing a lot better things than figuring out if what I just said is true.
Hey, Google.
But we're gonna roll with it. So
Is there any correlation between holding a sneeze in and abortion?
if you hold a sneeze in, hate to tell it to you, but you're
gonna
most
get-
likely to
you're
get
getting an abortion.
You're most likely to have an abortion.
Well,
Where did we
is
go
this
with
just
this?
like? Is this just like being held to like the women who held their sneeze in, or like both the parents?
Ultimately, it's the woman's
decide.
decision.
It was the woman you gave me. Direct quote.
What? Yeah, thank you.
I want the crickets, actually.
Okay, I got you.
So Katie defied the odds.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh. She's part of the 0.2%.
Bro said 99.98% of
Yep.
non-sneezers are
The
holding
people who hold their sneezes in.
get abortions. This is statistically based.
It
according
came
to
out in People magazine.
Narvel.
No, People magazine.
Oh, if it came out in People, then it's
Yeah.
obviously true.
The New York Times covered it.
All right,
Wikipedia.
let's get back to our
Yeah,
hot
let's
topic.
put a Wikipedia thing down for that.
Thank you. Let's talk about the burial and then the resurrection.
I also have a lot of, like, the amount of prophecies that were fulfilled through all this is, like, insane.
That and the timing was the exact same time as Yom Kippur, which
Yeah.
is the sacrifice for the entire nation.
Wow.
Attaboy.
So
cool
the
sound.
That was a cool sound. And he was resurrected on the first, like,
on Easter.
first fruits.
Yep.
He died at 3 p.m. which is
It would have gone in. It would have gone in.
Money.
he died at
No money.
3 p.m., which is when they usually sacrifice the lamb. So, and
Mhm.
like the timing of it all.
Was the veil ripping in two a prophecy fulfilled?
I think so. Hang on.
Unsure.
Let me pull up my prophecy.
So the grave wrap clothes were they wrapped up like a mummy? I'm not really sure.
Mummy-esque.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was like mummy-esque, and then they had like a napkin or a cloth over their face.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure of the way of what it was,
And
but
wasn't like the mixes of like stuff they put in the cloth make almost like concrete eventually?
Mhm. I think it's interesting that people want to preserve bodies so badly. Like even today, we want to preserve these people.
They do like the deep freeze thing.
Well, no, I'm saying like after someone dies, they want to make sure that their body stays kind of intact.
Yeah, I think that's weird too.
I think
When you're done,
the
you're
way
done.
the way it should be is the way it was meant to be, from dust to dust.
Yeah, it's dig a hole, throw someone in it after they die.
Yeah, they don't need a
These
fancy
these ornate
coffin.
burials are a waste,
Honestly, just throw me in the river when I die.
buddy.
Call it good.
It's because so many cultures believe in the afterlife. Like
They believe that you have to have your physical body for the afterlife.
they don't believe in Jesus and the birth and the resurrection, so they got to come up with something to replace it.
Well, I mean,
Kind of to go along with what you said, you ever see those little graveyards, like the random little graveyards, and it's like, you give that like 40 years, 50 years, that thing's going to be gone.
I think the most logical way to bury people is to give them their own tree and then create a forest that way. So instead of just having an open, wasted land, just
I mean,
just grow a forest.
bury them under the tree.
Yeah, just dig a hole, bury the person, put a tree on top of it. That way,
See, I like
Carve
that.
into the tree.
Yeah,
just-
it's like
just
you're
put it-
wasting all that land with all those headstones and stuff.
Yep.
That's actually a really good idea. It's probably been done in the past.
There's actually a modern company that does that.
Good.
They like make your body. They put your body in like a sack and then put a tree on top of it, so that your body can actually feed the tree as a
That's cool.
food source.
I like that. I want that done when I die.
Just throw me in the river.
Burial at sea.
Hopefully a catfish eats me.
I mean, it. Going back to what it says about what I was talking about, how like at the resurrection, I think it's gonna be. Well, no. So on the judgment day, it says the seas give up their dead. So it's like everybody that's everywhere gets resurrected at some point.
Yes.
But I think it's just their souls, not their actual body. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, because everybody that's died.
But that's an interesting thing that it says the seas give up its dead. Because like,
it
why
would be the bodies, right?
I think it would have to be the bodies, but
Because-
how does the body get reassembled though? Like if it's completely decayed.
God's supernatural.
I get it, but you gotta just trust that. But like that's really
It is. It's crazy.
there's
It's possible.
there's people's bodies who are part of other people's bodies.
So it's just gonna be like.
It's going to be like the Sandman on Spider-Man.
Yeah, what if somebody has a kidney from another person? Is that kidney just go?
Heart transplant's going crazy.
What if boom? Is it just gonna fly out of your body?
That's an interesting thing.
Like if your body reassembles
Didn't even think
like
about that.
You know how on Palm Sunday he rode the donkey in? Back then,
Yeah.
this is probably common knowledge, but back then, kings rode donkeys in processions of peace, and they rode horses in times of war. When he comes back, he's going to be riding a horse. So he rode the donkey in, showing he was
Peaceful
he
time.
was peaceful. He was just trying to save everybody, and when he comes back, he's going to be on a horse, and he's
That's gonna be a good time.
For some.
For some.
Well, I'm saying
for us.
for us, it's gonna be good. Some would say the greatest.
He's got to deal with something once and for all.
The tombs they buried the people in, was that just one person got buried in them?
Those would end up being communal family tombs.
Did
Right,
they
that's
just
what
put
I
them,
thought.
In a box with their bones in a box and throw them
Yeah,
inside?
what they would do is they would gather up the body after it was done decaying. Like by the time they're ready for the next person, put it
So
in a
like
box,
in
and
the
then stack it.
in the cloth or whatever, or they would. Did they even wrap normal people up, or did they just?
Wrap them up, make good tackles.
I don't know about
Waist down.
I don't know about common Jewish practices at that point. I mean, Lazarus was.
Because my thought was
What
it was like
Lazarus wearing?
it was like one person, like how the pyramids were. Boom, that's yours.
Again, like we were just talking about with graveyards, you wouldn't have enough room after a while.
Right. Plus, if the tombs were rock,
Right.
Well, that's what it was. It was probably Joseph's family's tomb. For when?
like his whole family.
Yeah.
So you're saying they just put them in boxes and just after it decayed, they put the bones in the boxes and went
Yeah, it's on
To the
the
side.
side. And then your whole family's in there.
Right, because they had multiple shelves in there where the wrapped bodies would stay until they decayed. Then, as Tito said, they would put them in a box, and the process continues for generations.
That's crazy.
Because stoned.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He had his beard ripped out.
Yeah.
How painful that is.
I do from a baby,
Yeah.
but not from a grown man ripping my beard
It
out.
says his beard was ripped out, then he was beaten over the head with a rod by up to 600 soldiers. How does one survive getting bashed in the head at least 600 times?
He probably had a concussion.
The only way I can say is because he was still God.
because he had to get to the cross.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said this says it was a 100-pound wooden crossbeam. 100 pounds after you've been smashed in the head,
You have a concussion. You have no
Whipped.
more flesh.
whipped
You-
to death.
Thorns driven into your brain.
He probably couldn't even walk.
Next to no blood pressure.
Think about it. If you're just forcefully just ripping, he probably didn't have skin on his jaw.
Mm.
Yeah, they're not taking it out hair by hair. They're grabbing
No, they're
clumps
grabbing
and ripping.
and ripping, which means they're taking like.
Ding, ding.
And he was
Well-
bound to have a good beard, too.
Well, if we're talking about that, then the Shroud of Turin or whatever has like a full beard on it.
Huh. None of his bones were broken, and it fulfilled prophecy.
Right.
None of his bones broke.
I mean, it's possible that it's
That is
You're
actually,
partially-
that is
partially
actually
ripped off.
possible.
Because when
partially
they,
ripped out.
When they went to go break his knees, he was already dead.
Yeah,
Because he
was
died
already-
on his own accord.
But
So
they,
they
stabbed,
stabbed
him.
him.
Yep.
Yeah.
But is your skull not part of your? Is that not considered a bone? Because you're getting hit over the head. You'd think.
After a while.
Well, if it's considered a bone, then obviously it did not
didn't
break.
which is. Yeah, they said when the soldiers thrust their sword into his side and outflowed blood and water, a medical condition called pericardial and pleural effusion. So it's like an actual like medical condition.
What I heard was it was like the plasma from the blood. Which I... How do you even know?
I don't know.
And I thought it was also cool that they didn't kill him.
He died.
He died voluntarily.
When it came time, he died. I think he knew that he had to wait. He had to wait till 3:00 for the symbolism of it.
That goes back to the prophecy or whatever, the scripture that says that no man could take his life except he
willingly
gave
lay
it.
it down.
Yep.
Also, something I just read that after he died, that the graves were opened and people
Yes.
who were dead are just walking around
Yeah,
and talking to people.
they went and saw their family.
and appeared unto many. Went into the holy city.
I wish there was some.
They're just like, I'm back.
I wish there was like some third-party historical document that corroborated that, because that'd be funny to hear stories about that.
That would be. But back then, so much supernatural stuff happened. And people were probably just like, "Wow, just another day."
I'll tell you where those
Another one.
documents
Just
are.
another day.
Vatican.
The Vatican.
Billy's alive again. That just happened yesterday.
How many times is he gonna resurrect?
How many times is he going to resurrect?
4 significant supernatural events occurred. There's a total solar eclipse the last 3 hours of his life.
Earthquake.
The temple, the curtain veil in the temple tore from top to bottom. And it purposely tore from top to bottom so that it couldn't be said that man split it. There was a massive earthquake, and at the same time, ancient Jewish saints came walking out of their graves.
What did it mean that the rocks rent?
Huh?
The rocks rent. Just like they broke apart.
I would think that they broke.
Well, from the earthquake, they would break apart.
Let me see what
Isn't
research.
Jerusalem like on a fault line?
Is it? I don't know.
I think it goes right through the Mount of Olives.
What do you think the point was of the people resurrecting after that?
Fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, but why?
It's located near the Dead Sea fault line.
That's interesting. What would the purpose of having these people resurrect be?
Well, it says it was saints. So maybe it was just people from the past that had believed in what was what was going to happen that day.
I think that goes back to the Abraham's bosom theory.
Oh, then they could quote unquote re-die and be sent straight to heaven.
But then how would they re-die?
Well, if they're resurrected, they would have to.
Yeah, it doesn't say
Die
how
again.
long they were alive then.
They
That's
just
true.
faded into nothing after 24 hours.
Yeah, it could have been like a Thanos thing where they just show up and then all of a sudden, poof.
Dust away.
That's actually a good thought, Mark. That's actually a really good thought.
Yeah,
That would be the purpose because
he was freeing everyone that was in.
they were in Abraham's bosom and they
Yeah.
would have to be freed.
then
And
everyone else-
it says Jesus led the way to heaven. He was the first fruits. So like right after that, everyone could just follow him into heaven.
So they were probably alive until he went up into heaven, and then they probably just followed him up.
That makes sense.
I think that's still in Baptist circles. That's still a controversial topic, the Abraham's bosom, because that would be in Sheol, which they consider the grave still. So it would be like a double partitioned area where the condemned are, and then the quote unquote saved of that time were. I think there's doctrine that could biblically back it up. And I don't know if I think I might believe in it. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked into it enough.
Well, what do you think Jesus did for those 3 days? Where did his soul go?
Well, there's one verse that says that he witnessed to the souls and preached to the souls in, I believe, in hell.
There's a verse about that?
I believe so. And then there's also a verse that says that he had to lay his blood on the mercy seat in heaven.
So my personal opinion with this would probably go along the lines of when he died, he went straight to heaven and offered his sacrifice. And then when it was accepted, the people who were resurrected would then go up. And then after that, Jesus was sent to hell to pay out to serve the rest of the 3 days there.
I also agree with that. I think he went to hell, and it was like he looked at the devil and was like, I won.
You lost, bud.
Yeah, I won. I'm here, but I ain't gonna be here for long. I think it was just an ultimate. He had to pay. He had to completely pay the price, meaning he didn't just have to die. He had to go to hell, but at the same time, it was also a complete show of force.
So this is 1 Peter 3, verse 19. Well, I'll read 18 first. It says, "For Christ also hath once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to God, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit, by which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison, which sometime were disobedient, when once the long-suffering of God waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was a-preparing, wherein few, that is, 8 souls, were saved by water." So the general theory is that prison means like hell, where the spirits are being held until the judgment day. Which, I mean, Peter was one of the closest disciples to Christ, so like I said, it's a theory.
I will read that and comprehend it and get back to you on that later.
Same.
Because I never heard about that before.
All right, let's hit our last break here. Kale, you got your top 3, and then we'll come back after that and we'll wrap this up.
There it is. Button wasn't working.
Alrighty, top 3 today is... Appreciate it.
Do not give this man applause. Thank you.
Okay.
Boo this man.
What did I do?
Soon.
Alright, top 3 to this week is the smells of spring.
Fire.
Number 3, I'm going to start us off.
Can I get a round of applause real quick, actually?
You're going to hate me after my 3rd.
I already hate you.
All right, let's hear it.
Number 3, I'm going to go with freshly mowed grass. Number 2, since it's trout season, I like being down and smelling the smell of the water, the creek side. To me, that is really good.
Give it a round of applause.
Number 1 is the smell of a hyacinth.
Hey, there we go. There it is.
To me, those 3 just make up spring, just like nothing else.
I actually don't have any problems too much with this list.
Anyway,
I would put grass at 1 and hyacinth at 2, but that's my only. I don't even know what I would put at 3, but
Good list, Gail. I like it.
that is a great list. The hyacinths have such a sweet smell to them, and it's amazing.
Hyacinth and a lilac.
Yep, I was just gonna say lilac. 'Cause
Lilacs
the
have the
lilacs are
similar
about
smell.
to come out too. We have 4 lilacs at our house,
We have a lilac
Wow.
candle.
We just love lilacs.
dude. The lilac on remember the lilac on the corner by the short fence?
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
I guess I haven't seen your backyard in a while.
It's not. It's in the front yard.
I haven't been to his
haven't been to your house in a
years.
while to look at it.
Last time I was at your house was when you moved south.
Dude, it's huge. Like I need to cut it back because it's getting so big. It's gonna start like falling over.
You won't.
how do you guys feel about honeysuckle smell?
Honeysuckle is also a great smell.
Yeah.
It's up there.
There aren't many flowers that are like, oh, I don't like the smell of that.
I will say, Narv, you don't fish, so you wouldn't do the creekside smell.
Do you know what a black walnut smells like?
Yes,
That's a very nostalgic smell.
that's a very nostalgic smell for us, especially. And other people might be like, ugh, black walnut, but it's a good smell for us.
Like that's my childhood smell. That's the smell that I think of when I have a childhood memory. Or you know how some people say like they want to find a smell from their childhood. That would be my smell.
I smell that.
Can we get a black walnut candle?
I smell
They
lilac.
probably don't make them because nobody likes it.
I'm gonna find one.
But I smell lilies too, like the orange and yellow lilies. I smell those.
The ones that grow on the roadside.
Yeah, my mom has them all over the place.
Green onions, like the onion grass.
Oh man, dude,
Ooh.
the onion grass is crazy this year.
I love onion grass, freshly cut.
Mulch.
They're just like
Mulch.
I hate the smell of mulch.
Mulch is a great smell.
I love the smell of mulch.
Mulch is a great
Like-
smell.
Undyed mulch is good, but like the
smell of
Dyed
mulch,
mulch is-
mixed with
bleh.
the smell of freshly cut grass.
Yeah, it's like all right.
Hits
I just
every
mulch.
time.
And then a
I just-
hyacinth right beside it.
Yeah,
And the
In the
lilac
mulch.
right here.
With a creek to the left.
Narf.
What?
You talking?
You
yeah,
hit the list.
I got cut off. I'm done.
They do make black walnut candles,
Find one, buy one.
but they combine them with like cashmere and
See, now, no, we
Apple.
don't need that.
We want
Yeah,
a
no, we
straight
just want a
black,
black
walnut.
azalea black walnut.
Let's just get one from Grammy's and burn it.
Dude, throwing black walnuts though. Like when they come
Pegging
down,
trees.
they're in the green shell still, and they're all hard. It's my favorite time of year,
It is fun.
dude. When I'm at work and I like drive under a black walnut tree with the mower, I'll just reach up, pick one off, and then I'll reach up, pick one off, and then I'll find whoever's weed whacking and just chuck it at them. You don't want to be around me come black walnut season.
No wonder that guy had a problem with you.
You
So
know?
aggressively, I put
You
my
know?
drink down.
No, I did not. If that's the actual reason,
It's not the actual reason.
okay.
There's no black walnut trees out yet.
You'll probably just have a bucket of baseballs on your mower and just chucking it at him.
I might as well have black walnuts running around. Dude, the new guys are in for it this year.
I was like, all right,
The plot
boys, on
twist.
the line.
The guy that he had issues with was actually Herb.
All right, let's head back to this main topic.
Herb is a saint.
Herb is a saint. Any final thoughts on what we just talked about? Anybody?
Hang on, let me get back to what we were talking about. I have to get my mind.
The whole thing: crucifixion, death, burial,
Gotta get my mind off
resurrection.
spring.
I think the important thing to remember is that no matter what theories or what different opinions we all have, we all believe in the same Christ who died, and we are very thankful that he lives again.
Yeah, really. It's just...
And I think splitting hairs with different believers is just, it's dumb. I think everybody's entitled to their own opinions that are biblically sound, but
God gave us free will for a reason. Everybody has different thoughts.
it's true.
I think the thing that stood out to me the most was just going through the crucifixion and the amount of suffering that he went through for us. That hit me last night. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I could not thank him enough.
Yeah.
We'll never understand how much he went through.
No.
The people that are like look at it and say, no, Jesus, he either doesn't exist or he doesn't love me. He died on a cross for you.
He went through all the pain and suffering.
For everyone, so that you don't ever have to go through it. Whatever suffering you're going through in your life, it's nothing compared to what he went through. And
He had thorns in his brain, a concussion, flesh ripped
just-
off.
Beard ripped out.
And he still can maybe feel that.
yeah,
I don't think there's a problem with like speculating.
Like,
At this point.
No,
It
I
is-
think speculating is good. Go
it's
ahead.
very important to remember that the fact that Jesus really suffered a lot, and you should remember it more than just at Easter.
Yes.
yeah, it's something that needs to be.
I think that it is the amount of suffering that Jesus actually did is severely underplayed in our churches.
It is, and it's not talked about enough. Like, I understand the whole Bible is there; it needs to be taught. But how often throughout the year do you just
You need to
How-
be reminded.
Yeah, how often through the year does a pastor pick up the Bible and tell you, like, go through the Easter story? It happens one time a year at Easter.
And I think to go in depth with it, because
Yeah, you're just fed a cookie cutter version. You're fed the happy version.
go in depth with it
Explain
more than around Easter time.
Yeah, explain what we just explained tonight.
Get detailed, scare the children.
All right, Mark.
Well, that's why they have children's church.
Info, and then cue the music.
I miss
Nah.
pounding on the pulpit pastors.
Scaring the children's good. Gets them thinking.
Give
So
the people what they want.
for
Provocative.
info, sorry, I'm trying to find something for our final song. Info, as we said last week, we're on TikTok now. We're actually doing kind of well. I'm kind of impressed with it. Just going to keep putting content up there. We'll be live streaming again next week. Back on YouTube. We're going to try and stream on Rumble too. Not sure how it's going to go. Thankful for everybody who's listened. Thankful for the comments. Thankful for the feedback. Just share it with a friend. And please keep giving us your feedback so we can keep making this the best that we can.
Cool.
And everybody just remember, they might have killed him, but he is risen.
Like, comment, subscribe
Yeah,
to
get over
this podcast.
to the podcast. Get over on TikTok and give us followers so we can go TikTok live. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What do we need, 1,000 or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, get us 1,000 followers on TikTok. Let's go.
Yeah.
There we go. We got it.
We got it.
Have a great week, everybody.
Just remember, you can still have your peanut butter eggs and your chocolate.
You can go
Yeah.
find your Easter eggs
Have a
too.
Enjoy
great
your peanut butter eggs.
Weekend.
Colorful.
Man,
Colorful eggs.
I should color some.
Also, if you like Peeps, just no.
Lose yourself.
Yes.
And the music, the moment.
So
Hey,
yeah.
happy Resurrection Day, everybody.
Eat lots of ham.
Lots of ham and potatoes.
That's what we didn't touch on.
True. Potatoes, the ham gravy.
Fire.
I'm gonna
Fire,
make the ham
fire,
gravy
fire.
this year again.
Jake's takes, baby.
I'm gonna
Later.
leave the ground in agony.
Have a great weekend, everybody.